Wheat has been a staple food for thousands of years, but the wheat we eat today is very different from what our ancestors consumed. Modern wheat has undergone significant changes through breeding and genetic modification. The goal was to increase yield and resistance to pests and diseases. But these changes have also altered the nutritional profile of wheat. We've managed to produce more wheat than ever before, helping to feed millions. But at what cost? The modifications made to wheat have introduced new compounds into our diets. Many of these compounds haven't been thoroughly studied. Our digestive systems are still better suited to processing ancient grains. Modern wheat presents new challenges to our bodies. This mismatch may be contributing to a range of health issues, including digestive problems and metabolic diseases. In this essay, we'll explore the journey of wheat from ancient grain to modern crop. We'll look at the benefits of increased wheat production, but we'll also examine the potential downsides. By the end, you'll have a clearer picture of the pros and cons of modern wheat. This information will help you make informed decisions about your diet and health. Ancient wheat was a very different plant from what we see today. It was taller, with deeper roots and fewer grains per stalk. The grains were smaller, harder, and more nutritious. Modern wheat is a product of intensive breeding and genetic modification. It's shorter with more grains per stalk, and the grains are larger and softer. Modern wheat is designed for high yield and easy processing, but it may also be contributing to the rise in gluten sensitivities and celiac disease. As we've changed wheat, our bodies have struggled to adapt. The Green Revolution marked a turning point for wheat. Scientists and farmers increased crop yields using new breeding techniques and chemical fertilizers. Norman Borlaug developed high-yield, disease-resistant wheat varieties. These varieties were shorter, sturdier, and supported more grains. They responded well to chemical fertilizers, boosting global wheat production. The Green Revolution helped prevent famine in developing nations. But it also caused environmental problems like soil degradation and water pollution. Reduced genetic diversity made crops vulnerable to pests and diseases. Genetic modification has further altered wheat's genetic makeup. Many new compounds haven't been thoroughly studied for their health effects. The story of wheat is a tale of human ingenuity and unintended consequences. The modifications to wheat have brought significant benefits. The most obvious is increased yield, making wheat more affordable and accessible. It's helped ensure food security for millions of people. In many parts of the world, wheat is a crucial staple food. The ability to grow more of it has reduced hunger and malnutrition. For farmers, higher-yielding wheat varieties have been a boon, improving their economic situation. Many small farmers have been able to rise out of poverty. The increased productivity has also helped keep food prices relatively stable. Modern wheat varieties are more resistant to pests and diseases, leading to fewer crop losses. The shorter, sturdier wheat plants are less likely to fall over, reducing waste during harvesting. The uniformity of modern wheat makes mechanical harvesting more efficient, reducing the need for manual labor. From a global perspective, increased wheat production has had geopolitical benefits. Countries that were once dependent on food imports can now grow more of their own wheat. This has increased food security and reduced vulnerability to price fluctuations. The ability to produce surplus wheat has also created export opportunities for some nations. This has boosted their economies and international standing. The story of wheat is a tale of human ingenuity and unintended consequences. While increased wheat production has benefits, there's a darker side. Modifications have changed its nutritional profile. Modern wheat has higher levels of problematic compounds. Gliadin, a gluten component, can trigger gut inflammation. Amylopectin A spikes blood sugar quickly. This can lead to insulin resistance, a precursor to type 2 diabetes. Increased phytate content binds to minerals, preventing absorption. Genetic modifications have introduced new proteins. Many haven't been thoroughly studied. Researchers worry about food allergies and sensitivities. There's also concern about autoimmune disorders. Wheat's story is one of ingenuity and unintended consequences. Our bodies struggle to adapt to these rapid changes. One of the most significant issues with modern wheat is its effect on blood sugar. Wheat, especially in its refined form, can cause rapid spikes in blood glucose levels. This is due to its high glycemic index. Surprisingly, whole wheat bread can spike blood sugar more than pure table sugar. This rapid rise in blood sugar triggers a strong insulin response. When blood sugar spikes frequently, cells can become less responsive to insulin, leading to insulin resistance. Over time, insulin resistance can lead to type 2 diabetes and is associated with weight gain. The blood sugar issue is particularly problematic because wheat is so prevalent in our diets. Many people consume wheat products multiple times a day, leading to repeated blood sugar spikes. This roller coaster effect can be exhausting for the pancreas, which produces insulin. The blood sugar spike from wheat is often followed by a crash, leading to feelings of hunger and cravings for more carbohydrates. This cycle of overeating and blood sugar instability may contribute to the obesity epidemic. It's a stark contradiction to the way wheat is often marketed as a healthy, wholesome food. The story of wheat is a tale of human ingenuity and unintended consequences. The rise in obesity rates has coincided with changes in our wheat consumption. In many countries, obesity rates have skyrocketed over the past few decades. Wheat is now used as a filler or thickener in many processed foods. Wheat can cause rapid spikes in blood sugar, triggering insulin release. Insulin promotes fat storage, leading to weight gain over time. Many wheat-based foods are highly processed and calorie-dense. The story of wheat is a tale of human ingenuity and unintended consequences. The relationship between wheat consumption and diabetes is complex, but there's growing evidence of a connection. Type 2 diabetes has been on the rise globally. This increase has happened alongside changes in our diets, including how we consume wheat. The link may be related to wheat's effect on blood sugar and insulin. As we've discussed, wheat can cause rapid spikes in blood sugar, triggering insulin release. Over time, frequent blood sugar spikes can lead to insulin resistance when cells become less responsive to insulin. The body then has to produce more insulin to have the same effect, eventually leading to type 2 diabetes. The type of carbohydrates in modern wheat may be particularly problematic. Amylopectin A, which is abundant in wheat, is quickly broken down into glucose, leading to faster and higher blood sugar spikes. Wheat consumption may also contribute to obesity, a major risk factor for type 2 diabetes. So even if wheat doesn't directly cause diabetes, it may increase the risk by promoting weight gain. The story of wheat is a tale of human ingenuity and unintended consequences. Gluten has become a controversial topic in recent years. Gluten is a protein found in wheat and related grains. It gives dough its elastic texture. For most of human history, gluten wasn't a significant health concern. But now, more people than ever are reporting gluten sensitivities. Celiac disease, an autoimmune reaction to gluten, is also on the rise. One theory is that modern wheat contains more gluten than ancient varieties. The breeding process has selected for wheat with higher gluten content, making it better for baking but harder for some people to digest. The type of gluten in modern wheat may also be different, more likely to trigger immune responses. Even people without celiac disease or gluten sensitivity may have issues with wheat. This has led some researchers to look at other compounds in wheat, like wheat germ agglutinin and amylase trypsin inhibitors. These compounds may cause inflammation or immune reactions in some people. The gluten controversy highlights how much we still don't understand about wheat and its effects on health. It's clear that some people need to avoid gluten for medical reasons. But the question of whether everyone would benefit from reducing wheat consumption is still debated. Despite the concerns we've discussed, wheat is often marketed as a health food. This is particularly true for whole wheat products. We're told that whole grains, including wheat, are an essential part of a healthy diet. They're promoted as good sources of fiber and nutrients. Many health organizations recommend multiple servings of whole grains per day. This marketing often focuses on the fiber content of whole wheat. Fiber is indeed important for digestive health, but there are many other sources of fiber that don't come with wheat's potential downsides. Vegetables, fruits, and other grains can provide plenty of fiber without the blood sugar spikes. The marketing of wheat as healthy often ignores its effect on blood sugar. As we've discussed, wheat can spike blood sugar more than table sugar. This seems to contradict the idea of wheat as a health food, but this information is rarely mentioned in marketing materials. The story of wheat is a tale of human ingenuity and unintended consequences. As we've seen, the story of wheat is complex. There are clear benefits to modern wheat production. It has helped feed millions of people and improved food security in many parts of the world. For many farmers, it has been an economic lifeline. These are significant advantages that can't be ignored. But there are also serious concerns about the health effects of modern wheat. Its impact on blood sugar, potential role in obesity and diabetes, and the introduction of new unstudied compounds are all worrying. The rise in gluten sensitivities and celiac disease adds another layer of complexity. These issues suggest that our current relationship with wheat may not be sustainable from a health perspective, so what's the way forward? It's clear that we need more research. We need to better understand the long-term effects of modern wheat on human health. This research should look not just at gluten, but at all the compounds in wheat. For individuals, the decision about wheat consumption is personal. What's important is to be informed about both the benefits and the potential risks. By understanding the full picture, we can make choices that best support our health and well-being.